Hi, VincoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, March 16th. Big changes are coming to the I-95 corridor after our spring break period over the last 7 or 10 days or so. A much colder weather pattern will return by the middle of this week, by Wednesday, and it looks like it'll stick around right through the rest of March and into the first 7 or 10 days or so of April. Snow is even in the forecast in parts of the I-95 corridor for later this week. It certainly is an outside possibility. Especially north of the Mason-Dixon line come Thursday night or Friday. A big change coming thanks to a strong Arctic frontal system that will push into the I-95 corridor on Tuesday. Big changes will be noticeable around here tomorrow night and especially on the day Wednesday. Here's the very latest surface map. High pressure still in control over the deep south, sending some mild air basically on a southwest or westerly flow into the mid-Atlantic region. Here is that next frontal system. This arrives on Tuesday, perhaps with a couple of showers. Not a heavy rain event by any means, but the winds will pick up on Tuesday, and those are winds of change. Colder air pushes in tomorrow night, noticeably colder by Wednesday morning, way below normal for this time of the year on Wednesday, and once that cold air pushes in, it will stick around for perhaps 2 or 3 weeks, right through the rest of March and into the first 7 or 10 days or so of April. Does not mean that every single day in that 3-week time period will be below normal, but most of the time will be at or below normal as we close out the month of March and go through the first 10 days or so of April. Strong high pressure here in southern Canada will be pushing southeastward, reaching the mid-Atlantic region by Wednesday. By the way, Boston, Massachusetts broke its all-time snowfall record, now over 108 inches for the year, a new record for Boston for snowfall in a winter season. Well, today and Tuesday will be quite mild here in the I-95 corridor before we transition to much colder conditions tomorrow night, Tuesday night, and on Wednesday. This is the latest colorized infrared satellite imagery loop from the Penn State Ewald site. Lots of clouds here pushing actually southeastward from the Great Lakes region right into the I-95 corridor. Clouds will certainly limit sunshine today. Plenty of clouds around on Tuesday as well. Again, perhaps a couple of showers associated with that frontal system, but not a heavy rain event by any means. The winds will be noticeable on Tuesday, but pretty mild today, and it remains rather mild on Tuesday. Tuesday's a transition day. We certainly get noticeably colder tomorrow night and especially on the day Wednesday. Well, let's take a look at a few computer forecast maps. This is from the latest GFS model run. First, we'll focus in on the Arctic frontal passage on Tuesday, and then we'll focus in on the snow threat. Yes, snow threat for late this week, Thursday night, Friday time frame, primarily north of the Mason-Dixon line, but even DC metro region could see some snowflakes around the Thursday night time frame. First of all, for tomorrow morning, the frontal system at the surface will be just about on the doorstep of the I-95 corridor. A little bit of precipitation in the form of rain showers here right along the frontal system. And again, there can be a shower or two during the day, especially in the morning hours on Tuesday as that Arctic front arrives. The colder air will not really be felt until tomorrow night, but winds will pick up noticeably during the day on Tuesday. Those are winds of change. Colder air, again, temperatures probably dropping into the 20s tomorrow night in the I-95 corridor, and certainly a much colder day on Wednesday. This strong high pressure over the northern plains edges eastward, and we will be way below normal by Wednesday, and that colder than normal pattern sticks in for the rest of the week and really for the rest of the month of March into the beginning stages of April. Here's the forecast map for tomorrow night. By this time, cold northwest flow throughout the I-95 corridor, colder air pushing in from the north and northwest. Again, temperatures tomorrow night should drop way down into the 20s along the I-95 corridor. Let's now jump ahead to Wednesday morning. Just a big difference on Wednesday. Very cold for this time of the year. High temperatures on Wednesday. Perhaps not even reaching the 40-degree mark in parts of the I-95 corridor. The normal high temperature right now in Philly is about 52 degrees, about 55 degrees in D.C., way below normal on Wednesday, and that's despite plenty of sunshine, this Arctic high pressure moving in. Now notice here a lot of moisture here in the south central U.S. come Wednesday, and some moisture here along the southeast coast. Let's now jump ahead to later in the week. Well, here's the forecast map for Thursday night. By this time, all that moisture that was sitting down here in the south central states moves to the north and east. Notice this blue line here, basically the freezing line in the lower part of the atmosphere, all the way south into the North Carolina, Virginia border region here. Some moisture, not far at all from the D.C. metro region. Indeed, potential for some snowflakes to fly here in the D.C. metro region come Thursday night. Let's now jump ahead to Friday morning. And here's the forecast map for Friday morning. That area of moisture kind of develops a low pressure area along the Carolina coast by the end of the work week. This again is a Friday morning forecast. Still the threat for some snow or rain here in the D.C. metro region, and this moisture moves north and east into the southeastern part of Pennsylvania, perhaps even as far north as New York, with the threat for snow or rain. But indeed, big changes coming. The cold blast arrives by tomorrow night and Wednesday, way below normal for this time of the year. That cold pattern, colder than normal, will not only last through the rest of this week, but very likely through the rest of the month of March and into the first 7 or 10 days or so of April. And snow is even in the forecast for the Thursday night and Friday time frame in the I-95 corridor. More on that as the week progresses. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.